Ever feel like that reading list of yours, the one, it's like you're stuck jogging through it when what you really want is to just like sprint.
Totally, I get it.
Yeah, like everyone's talking about speed reading these days, but for me, it's not just about speed, right?
Right.
I mean, what's the point of flying through a book if you can't remember what you just read,
Exactly, gotta absorb the good stuff.
Exactly. So that's what's got me so intrigued by this program, Informa Israel. They claim they can turn anyone into like a speed reading machine. But here's the kicker.
Okay, I'm listening.
They say they can boost your comprehension and memory at the same time.
Okay, now that's a bold claim.
Right. It almost sounds too good to be true.
It definitely has that ring to it. So tell me, what's got you so interested in this Informa Israel?
Well, for starters, it's run by this woman, Shulamit Assif, and get this, she's been teaching this stuff for almost 20 years.
Wow, 18 years. That's serious dedication.
Right. So she's definitely not new to this whole speed reading thing. But here's where it gets really interesting, like almost hard to believe. Their website, it literally says, read 5 times faster, understand better, A&D, remember what you read.
Wow. I mean, anytime you see a program promising such dramatic results, it's natural to be a little skeptical.
Oh, absolutely.
But even if we take their claim with a grain of salt, it still begs the question, what if they're even partially right? Could you imagine? If you could actually increase your reading speed without, sacrificing comprehension, let alone actually improving it.
Right. Okay, yeah, you've definitely piqued my interest. I'm definitely curious. 30 minutes a day does sound manageable, especially when they're promising to unlock these hidden reading superpowers.
Yeah.
But I'm curious, how exactly do they claim to do it? The website, while visually appealing, is a bit light on the specifics of their techniques.
That's understandable. Many programs like to keep their methods under wraps, maintain their secret sauce.
I get it.
However, we can probably make some educated guesses based on common speed reading techniques.
Okay, so indulge me. What are some of those potential secret ingredients that might be at play here?
Well, imagine this. You're reading a report, and that little voice in your head is diligently reading along with you, word for word.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
That's called subvocalization, and it's a major speed bump for most readers.
Yeah, I can relate.
Many speed reading techniques, and I'd wager Informa Israel is no exception, aim to curb that inner narrator, training your eyes to absorb information more directly.
So it's like hitting the mute button on that inner monologue that tends to slow us down.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
And to really kick things up a notch, they probably incorporate techniques to expand your visual span.
Okay, I'm with you.
We tend to fixate on individual words, but our eyes can actually take in much more at a glance. It's like upgrading from a narrow spotlight to a wide-angle lens.
Okay, I'm starting to see how speed is possible. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. Comprehension, and even more importantly to me, retention. If you're blazing through a book, doesn't something have to give?
That's the million-dollar question, and it's where things get really interesting. Informa Israel emphasizes active engagement with the material.
Oh, so it's not just about seeing the words faster.
It's about actively processing them for deeper understanding and memory.
So it's not just speed for speed's sake. There's a purpose, a strategy behind it.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm liking this even more. But how do they bridge that gap between speed and actually remembering what you've learned?
While they don't reveal their exact methods, it's likely they draw upon established learning principles like active recall and spaced repetition.
Okay, I'm ready to dive in.
Let me give you an example. Imagine you're reading a biography. With active recall, instead of passively reading, you might pause after each chapter and try to summarize the key events or takeaways from memory. This forces your brain to actively retrieve the information, strengthening those neural pathways.
Right. It's like flexing your memory muscle.
And what about spaced repetition? How does that fit in?
I'm all ears.
Spaced repetition is all about timing. Instead of cramming information all at once, you revisit it at increasing intervals.
I get it.
So maybe you review those biography chapters a day later, then a week later, and then again a month later.
Wow, that makes sense.
This spaced repetition helps solidify the information in your long-term memory, making it more resistant to forgetting.
Wow, it's like they're hacking the brain's learning algorithm, but in a good way.
Yeah.
It makes sense, though. Combining these proven learning techniques with speed reading could potentially create a powerful synergy. It's like they've cracked the code on not just reading faster, but like actually learning and remembering more effectively. What I find really interesting is that in Informa Israel, they don't stop there.
Oh, tell me more. What else do they offer?
So they also have these courses, right?
Hmm.
And they're on other aspects of personal development, like memory improvement,
Okay.
mind mapping. And there's even one, it's called, get this, learning how to learn.
Learning how to learn. I like that.
Right. It's like they're not just trying to make you a faster reader, but a better learner, period.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, why aren't we teaching this stuff earlier?
Wow.
I mean, think about it. We live in this age of information overload. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like everywhere you turn, there's more to read, more to watch, more to listen to. So yeah, our ability to not just consume information quickly, but to actually process it, retain it, and apply it, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's more valuable than ever before.
So true. It's
Yeah.
not enough to just like skim the surface of things anymore. We've got to be able to dive deep and really internalize information to stay ahead of the curve.
And that's where these skills, they might seem kind of niche, like speed reading, memory techniques. That's where they become incredibly relevant.
Totally.
And it's not just for like students or academics,
Right.
It's for anyone who wants to really thrive in this fast-paced world.
I'm with you.
Whether you're in a business meeting, trying to learn a new language, even just, trying to remember people's names at a party.
Oh, tell me about it.
These skills, they're transferable to almost every aspect of life.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is it's like they're equipping you with this toolkit.
Yeah.
Not just for reading, but for life in general.
Precisely. And when you have those tools, it can boost your productivity, enhance your communication, and even just make you feel more confident and capable in your own skin.
I love that.
Okay.
I'm convinced. Informa Israel's program, definitely intriguing. I do wish their website, maybe it went into a little more detail about like the specific techniques they use,
Sure, yeah.
but their focus on personalized guidance,
Mhm.
the manageable time commitment.
Yeah, you can't beat that 30 minutes a day.
Exactly. And that holistic approach to learning. I'm really liking what I'm hearing.
It's all about finding what works best for you and your own personal learning style.
Absolutely. And that brings us to you, dear listener. We've explored this whole world of speed reading. We've taken a deep dive into Informa Israel's approach. And hopefully we've uncovered some pretty fascinating insights about learning and memory. But now it's your turn. What if, just imagine, you could unlock even a fraction of that speed reading memory mastering potential within yourself? Something to think about as you navigate your own journey of learning and growth. This has been the Deep Dive. And remember, knowledge is power, especially when you can access it with speed and clarity.